Today on Destination Polaris, we're off to the state of Washington. Pack your snow gear. It's time to have some fun. Destination Polaris starts right now.
Destination Polaris is presented by Rugged Radios, the authority in communications.
Welcome to Destination Polaris. We're in Washington for a Project X build with fueled UTV. Trips to the Northwest often start with a visit here. Get your hands on some local seafood and a cup of joe from this famous spot. We stop to grab a bite before hitting the road and heading south to Yakima.
So we've come to Washington to film a Project X build with the guys from Fueled UTV. Now, we met Fueled UTV a couple of years ago on a ride in Idaho, and they brought all these custom machines with them, and I thought, man, these guys would make a great Project X builder. So Fueled UTV is located just outside Yakima, Washington, and it's about a 2-hour plus drive from Seattle, and we're about ready to pull up to the shop right now. All right, so we have arrived at Fueled UTV. Jake and Travis are the owners, super hard-working dudes. Why don't we head in the shop and see what they're up to? Hey guys, Jake, Travis, you guys playing some ping pong? Are we gonna get some work done around here, or are we gonna play ping pong, guys?
I don't know.
I don't know. All right, well, here's the deal. We got a lot of work to do, and so I need one of you guys to help me get this Project X build done. So, loser hangs out with me for the week?
Deal.
Deal? All right, 1 point. 1 point, that's it. Ready? Here we go. Man, I could be here all day. Oh! Oh! Winner. All right, Trav, you get to hang out with me for the week. Let's go. Travis, I cannot believe you lost to Jake, dude.
I know it, man. He got lucky. There's first time for everything.
There is, isn't there? Dude, this is your machine.
Yeah, man. So we chose the 2023 Polaris General XP4 1000 Ultimate Edition. This thing is fully loaded from Polaris. We've got over 20 partners that we've been working with on this build and that have supported us in a big way. We're going to completely transform this thing and make it the ultimate Northwest Trail Edition machine.
Awesome, awesome. Sounds like you guys got a lot of work to do.
We've got a tremendous amount of work to do.
All right, cool. Let's get started.
I'm Travis Staley, and I'm one of the owners here at Fueled UTV. We started Fueled UTV back in 2015. We're an online retail company, first and foremost, but we have a retail storefront as well.
Is this for pickup, or you want this shipped out to your residence?
We also have an installation and full build shop. We had the opportunity to swoop in on this building last year. The warehouse was existing, and we saw an opportunity, and we made it happen, and we're super blessed to be here. We live and breathe this stuff. We absolutely love it. We have a deep passion for it. For this build, we chose the Polaris General XP4 1000 Ultimate Edition. The General is one of our favorite machines for around here. You can literally use it out on your farm and use it recreational on the trail. What I really like about the General, it has a big utility bed on it. It has a lot of space. You can put a ton of racks on it. When you do take it up and push it to its limits, it's a pretty darn smooth ride, and it has plenty of power. We're super excited. We do builds all the time, but this is our first Project X build. We're kind of considering this kind of a Northwest trail edition build, if you will. We definitely have 4 seasons here. We get a lot of snow, and so we wanted this thing to be a contender in the snow. Built for all seasons, absolutely. Starting with the suspension on this build, we're doing forward offset A-arms. We're also doing 4-inch portal gear lift from Super ATV. We're adding a lot of weight to this machine, and so we reached out to Zebros. Zebros hooked us up with their Stage 1 spring kit. It's going to allow us to handle the weight and still get a really good ride out of the machine. We are adding some extra power. We've started adding turbos to these Generals, and boy, oh boy, what a difference. And they're great from the factory, but you know, you start adding bigger tires and a bunch of weight, it has an impact on the, you know, on the power. It's noticeable, right? Adding a turbo really brings them to life. It's important on the General to have some sort of rack and additional storage. So Dragonfire hooked us up with one of their bed storage racks for this build.
So the guys are gonna finish tearing apart the machine, and when we come back, we have got a whole lot of work to do. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Rugged Radios, the authority in communications. Rockford Fosgate, purpose-built audio. Walton's, everything but the meat. And by Casey's, here for good.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. Our machine is now up on the lift. We've got a ton of suspension to go on this thing, so we're gonna start right here. Travis, the suspension is done, and man, it looks impressive.
Yeah, it is impressive. So Super ATV hooked us up with their forward offset A-arms. Super ATV also sent us their 4-inch portal gear lift. So we're going with a bigger tire size. It changes the gearing. The gear ratio increases, so we bring it back down with the gear reduction right here inside the portal. We upgraded the axles to the Rhino 2.0s. We talked to the guys at Zebros, and they hooked us up with their Stage 1 spring kit. This is going to help handle the additional weight and also give us the ride quality that we're looking for.
This right here is not something we see on a lot of builds. Explain to me what this is.
Yeah, so you know, a lot of people don't use these, but they're very important, especially with portals. And the reason why this is a limit strap. What that's going to do is it's going to limit the full droop just barely enough to save on the shock. So this strap's going to kick in before this shock bottoms out. And so it takes a lot of the stress off of the shock.
Drive with bigger suspension means bigger tires.
You betcha. So this machine came stock with 30-inch tires. We're going to bump it up to a 35-inch. This is a Braven Berserker tire and a 35-10-15. It's going to be a great all-around tire for a highly versatile machine.
That's what you liked about this, right?
I do. I like this tread pattern. It's going to work really well pretty much everywhere. This is a brand new wheel design from Assault. It's called their Hellfire wheel, and it has what they call interlock technology.
It's a great setup, and I don't know if you caught that at the beginning, but Travis said you betcha, so he's now a Minnesotan just like that. Did you see that? He totally broke it. Shoots over, machine's done. Done. Nope, we're going one without. Going one without. There you go. So lots of awesome products going on this machine, but this one is probably my favorite, the Force Turbo Kit.
Super cool. I mean, it really sets this build apart from a lot of builds you would typically see, especially a General. I mean, turbo brings more power. I mean, simply put, what it's going to do for this car is it's going to not only give us the power back that we're losing with all the weight and the bigger tires, but it's going to give us some additional power. So Aftermarket Assassins hooked us up big time with all new clutch components, springs, weights, a reinforcement tower lock plate that reinforces the primary clutch to handle the additional stress that the extra power puts on the clutching system.
Turbo's installed, suspension's complete, wheels and tires are on. When we come back, we're gonna get loud. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Polaris Adventures. Adventure everywhere. Aluma Trailers, ready to ride when you are. FlowFast, the ultimate portable fluid transfer system. And by AMSOIL, run with us.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. We're about halfway done with our build, and I think it's time to fill in this big hole right here. Man, this build is looking tougher by the minute. We now have installed our Thumper Fab bumper with our Polaris winch. They actually took the winch from underneath and moved it up here to make it a little more accessible. Now it's time to get loud. We're gonna install the Thumper Fab roof rack with the Rockford Fosgate audio system. So Trav, we brought in the basketball team here behind us. What's the plan?
Well, those guys are gonna lift that brute of a roof up on top of this machine here.
Okay. You ready for this?
I'm ready, man.
Okay. You and
Excited.
I'm gonna stand here and just record them doing it, just see how it goes. Trav, we did a build with Thumper Fab last year, and we used a roof like this one, and I love them.
We do too. We absolutely love these roofs. There's nothing else like these on the market. This machine came with some Rockford Fosgate audio equipment in it from the factory, but this takes it to a whole nother level. Obviously, you got the Rockford Fosgate audio system. It's a super easy, clean install. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Right, and it just kind of finishes off this part of the build, doesn't it?
It does, and you know, it really changes the look of the machine. I mean, it fits the factory roll cage, but you throw that roof up there with the roof rack, and then you have all the lighting up top. It's pretty killer.
I think it's time that we install the communications.
Absolutely.
So it wouldn't be a Project X build unless we had Rugged Radios here, and of course we've got Steve from Rugged in the house. And Steve, you guys have so many cool products, so much stuff, but I myself kind of get lost on the techie stuff sometimes. So tell me the cool stuff, all right?
So the biggest thing with communications and Rugged Radios is it's being able to talk to whoever's sitting beside you, literally like we're talking right now, be able to listen to music in the background, and if somebody calls on the radio, you can hear it right away. If you don't have communications, you're probably one of the only people that are gonna get lost, because if you've got two-way radio, you're not gonna get lost.
He's right. When we have communications out on our rides, the experience factor is just elevated, and it's so much more fun.
Yeah, well, and you don't have to stop every 20 minutes to BS. You can BS the entire ride. You can make fun of somebody for making a mistake right then.
That was fun. I needed to wake up a little bit.
Hey Steve, can you go ahead and install the radio for us?
I didn't want to work when I came, but
He'll do it? All right, he's gonna do it.
One cool thing about all of our intercoms now, on the back, everything's color coded. So on your cabling, the red goes to the red, so red is co-driver, PTT and the headset, blue is the driver, the black ones are the rear headsets. Those don't matter which location they're at. Once you get all of your cables plugged in, your headset cables and stuff, we've got a power cable for the radio, and we've got one for the intercom. Those will plug into the noise filter on it, and then also don't forget to plug in your antenna cable. So this is the coax cable. One thing to always remember, never loop any of that excess cable. If you have excess, run it the long way around. If you loop it, it'll cause a tune issue with the antenna. It won't transmit as well. Okay, as you can tell, these guys did a great job giving a nice service loop with the cable. So what that means is you can plug the intercom and the radio in outside of the hole in the dash, so you're not reaching your hand in there and kind of going by braille. So this makes it easy to work on, service. If you ever need to pull it out to get to something behind the dash, super easy to do. Good job, guys.
Okay guys, we got the PRP seats installed. These are the PRP XC seats. These are great seats. We went with these seats because we felt like they really fit this build well. These are a suspension seat. They're also bolstered, and so you get a tremendous amount of support and comfort out of these seats. PRP also sent their automotive style buckle 4-point harnesses. The look is super cool.
So Trev, who doesn't like more storage? And we've got this great rack here from Dragonfire.
You can never have enough storage in these machines. I mean, the General's great in that you have this whole bed area, but man, you can't have enough storage. So Dragonfire hooked us up with their cargo bed storage rack, and it's awesome because it adds a whole nother level of storage, and then you can tie things down.
We're almost done.
We're very close.
Very close.
Yep.
Time to install the doors?
You bet.
Let's do
it. When it comes to enclosures, we turn to the factory Polaris OEM windshield. The other cool thing about this windshield is if you're getting a little too warm and you need some fresh air, you can tip it out.
So the build is done. I love it. The coloring is great. Matches my outfit, of course. And I'm super stoked that it's got an enclosure because next we're gonna take it out in the snow. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Braven Off-Road. Live brave. Rotocap, the ultimate UTV bed cover. Fly Racing, helmets and apparel by riders for riders. And by Canvas Works, custom, durable, soft-sided enclosures for any trailer.
Welcome back to DP. We have moved west just outside of Yakima. We are gonna head up into the mountains. We're bundled up for a day in the snow.
We're gonna run into some snow today, but this machine is completely set up for the snow. We absolutely love the winter here. We love riding in the snow. The snow is definitely different. I mean, it takes a different driving style for sure. You know, you tend to want to just hammer down, especially with a machine like this and with a turbo. But you got to be careful. You know, you want to kind of float on the snow. We beefed up the suspension package in a big way. It's sitting on 4-inch portals, so we've added a tremendous amount of ground clearance. Zebros hooked us up with their spring kit. Spring kit's critical to this build because we added a tremendous amount of weight to this, and so you really need to offset that with a heavier spring rate. Got a thumper fab front bumper on it. We've got rock sliders for additional protection. We've added a tremendous amount of horsepower to this machine with a forced turbo kit. We've built some Generals. We've had some Generals as shop cars, and they're great machines. We've never had one with the turbo on it. We took this thing from a 30-inch tire to a 35-inch tire. The tires are the 35-inch Raven Berserker tires. They're just a really great all-around tire. They've got a great tread pattern for this machine. Also, a bed rack from Dragonfire adds a tremendous amount of additional storage in the bed. Moving to the inside, we've added a bunch of comfort. We've got PRP XC seats. A ton of electrical in this machine. We've got that Thumper Fab roof is just loaded with Rockford Fosgate stereo equipment, which is just gonna rock. We've fully enclosed the cab with all of the Polaris enclosure product that's available. Front windshield, rear windshield, upper doors. So we're gonna stay nice and cozy today. All of the rugged radios equipment that we put in this car, the intercoms, the push to talk. We can talk inside the car, and we can also communicate car to car. With all the additional accessories, all the additional electrical that we've got going on in that car, it was absolutely critical that we upgrade the battery. This thing was absolutely killer. The suspension was amazing. The car handled incredible. And the power, wow, the power was incredible. Thanks to that forced turbo kit and the aftermarket Assassin's clutching in tune, it made this thing so fun to drive and so much different than any other General that we've ever driven. We kind of set this thing up for the snow, you know what I mean? And so it definitely met and really exceeded our expectations today.